My name's Alan Hart, and today I'm going to show you how to top up a boiler. This is actually a customer request. The customer didn't know how to top up the boiler, so I'm just doing this, and then I'm going to send them a link on how to top the boiler up. This particular boiler is an Ideal Logic. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove the front case, and then we can see the pressure gauge. You wouldn't do that on a server. You wouldn't do that if you were doing this, if you were filling it up yourself, but it's just a little bit easier just for me to show you for the purposes of this video. So this is an Ideal Logic combi boiler, and we're topping up the pressure or refilling or repressurizing the boiler. So I'll just remove the case now. This is the Ideal Logic Plus combi boiler, and it's got a remote filling point there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this case off on here. As I say, you wouldn't normally do this yourself, but it just lets me show you a bit easier the pressure gauge. If we have a look at the front of the boiler, underneath the boiler on the left hand side, we'll see the pressure gauge. Now if the case was on, you would have to look up like this to see it, and it might be a little bit tricky to get in to see. And what we're wanting to do is this pressure gauge here, when the system is cold, we want it to be roughly about 1 bar or just over 1 bar. Somebody's put that line on there at 2 bar for some reason, but that's too high, is that? So if we can see now, this pressure is actually on somewhere near 3, but I'm going to take the pressure out of this boiler, and then I'm going to show you how to refill it. On the Ideal Logic, it shows you on the front, it says contact installer, and it says low water pressure. And normally you'd have a filling loop on here, and that's how you would top it up. But this has got a remote filling loop on this one. So I'll show you how to do it with a remote filling loop, and then I'll also show you how, I'll try and explain how you do it with that one as well. One thing to point out on this boiler, I've actually drained the boiler down now. The pressure gauge is stuck, so it's still up just over 2. So we're going to struggle to know what this is. So we're going to have to get, this is still under warranty. It's not one of my installs, by the way, but it is still under warranty. So Ideal's going to have to come out and change the pressure gauge on it. So this is the filling loop underneath the boiler. And what you'd need to do, if it's disconnected, normally they should be disconnected, but often they get left connected. It's just easier for customer if they're left connected. But you just tighten your filling loop on. And then what you've got with this filling loop, you've got cold mains. So this one is the cold mains. And then this side is the central heating. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to put more water into the central heating system. So what you're doing is, if you open this valve here, that's now allowing cold water to go round this filling loop, and it's now going to this part here. And then if we open this, you can hear water going into the system. And then if we have a look on the front of the boiler on this, you can see it's saying low water pressure, full system to 1 bar. So what we're going to do is, because the pressure gauge is not working on there, we're just going to wait until that goes off on front. We can open that a little bit more if we need to. And that's gone off now. It does say on there that service is due. Oh no, low water pressure still there. So I'll put some more pressure in. But normally, what we'd do on this gauge here, we'd top it up to 1 bar or just above 1 bar on the pressure gauge. And once it's up to 1 bar, then we just turn it off on there. If you've got this type of filling loop, then you would open this valve here. On this one, you'd need to connect it back onto this pipe here. So I hope that was of some help. As I said, this is actually for a customer, but I'm just going to share this and just make it as a open video so anybody can see. But yeah, if you've got any questions, please, this is for the customer now. If you've got any questions, please just give me a call. And anybody else who's watching this video, if you've got any questions, please ask them in the comments below.